All right, going to be doing some Patreon requests today. And as always, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the second tier, that'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, let's get started with the video. So today's first Patreon request comes from Cyborg 19.99, who asked me to do a video talking about what if Nuke from Marvel Comics existed in the G.I. Joe universe. So let's get started. Now, for those who don't know who Nuke is basically a character who first showed up in Daredevil, in specifically the Daredevil Born Again storyline. He was a failed super soldier, modeled after Captain America by the U.S. government, who was in Wolverine Origins. It's revealed that Nuke was trained by Logan, and he was used in the Vietnam War, but he was basically used for wet works missions. And also, he killed a lot of civilians. He murdered a lot of civilians. His power comes from like taking certain pills, one to keep him calm, one to get his blood going. He also has enhanced strength, speed, agility, also a minor healing factor. So Nuke is what you consider at first the perfect super soldier, right? Like, that's what you would think, is that he's the perfect super soldier or something of that degree. Well, unfortunately, he's kind of not. He's really not the right guy for the job. He's more along the lines of a wrecking ball. He literally is. He lives up to his name, Nuke, where he's he's unstable, and also he's just a walking. He will kill everything in his path. So I could see, like, in this kind of universe where the U.S. government wants to have like someone on their own, because G.I. Joe in most cases works independently. They are an arm of the military, but they do have a lot of autonomy more than others. So I think it would be kind of interesting to have like Nuke there, and Nuke is basically, Nuke is basically there to what was I going to say? Be the face for the government, and Nuke would immediately, like, at first I think the Joes would be kind of cool with the idea, like, all right, he seems a little edgy, but we can handle edgy. I don't think there's any problem with that. I think that would be the first case, is that Nuke would basically be seen as a viable asset. But the moment they put him on the field, like the very second they put Nuke out on the field, yeah, I don't think it's gonna go well. Now, at first you could say, oh, but it's Cobra. Cobra doesn't really get that. Cobra doesn't deserve to have a, Cobra doesn't get to deserve any sort of special treatment or something like that. And, in some cases you'd be right. I'm not going to lie. That's, it's Cobra. But at the same time, the Joes have, like, they kind of follow the Geneva Conventions. So when they see when they see Nuke going off and just murdering everything. And again, what if they put Nuke in like a heavy in a civilian heavy area, and they're trying to get him to kill Cobra, and all he's going to see are Cobra agents everywhere when he's really wigging out. So he could, Nuke is just way too dangerous. The Joes are gonna realize real fast that he's way too dangerous to keep around. There is something inherently wrong with Nuke that they can't contain. And I assure you, if Nuke found out they were going to pull the plug on him, it's not going to end well. Like, in no way, shape, or form are things going to be exactly like, shall we say, all hunky-dory. But yeah. So I do think that the Joes would try to pull the plug, and Nuke would immediately be like, you got, I'm the real American. I'm a real American hero, and I'm gonna prove it by killing all these people. They're secretly Cobra agents, can't you see? And the Joes would have to take him out. So at the end of the day, like Nuke is just too dangerous to have. Like, again, I think at first the Joes would be okay with the idea, but a little leery. But the moment they see him once the moment that happens, that Nuke is on the battlefield, like when Nuke actually gets on the battlefield, it's not gonna go well. That's really how it's gonna play out. Is that at the end of the day, it's just gonna be a disaster. A nuclear disaster, one might say. That was a bad joke. Yeah. So that's how I kind of see it at the end of the day. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if Nuke existed in the G.I. Joe universe? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, I'd like to thank Cyborg19.99 for this Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.